Your secret to a strong Monday is actually your Friday. Yeah, it's actually your Friday. Your secret to a strong Monday is actually your Friday. Most moms are gonna start Mondays already feeling behind, and it's not because you're lazy. You are the opposite of lazy, but it's because you never took the time to set up Monday to be successful. And when the weekend comes and you're just going with the flow and trying to rest, but not really resting, you're actually just getting yourself more and more behind for Monday morning. A strong weekly foundation prep is your key to success, but there's actually something that people don't talk about enough that is exhausting you more than your to-do list itself. If you are new here, welcome to the table. Grab your seat, get comfortable. Here you're gonna find moms from all corners of online business who are raising babies, toddlers, and young kids while also building and scaling their own businesses. At this table, we are unfiltered but also productive, so let's jump into it and get you set up for your strongest Monday yet. Decision fatigue is real and absolutely wrecking your productivity. Your ability to have patience and presence as a mom over the weekends and as a business owner on Mondays starts to severely go down with every single decision that you make. I'm talking, what am I wearing today, to am I going to invest $1,000 into this lead generation? Every decision is going to drain from the exact same tank. That constant deciding of, what do I do now? What are my priorities this week? What are we gonna eat for dinner? Every single one of those little decisions that you're making quietly is draining your tank. So by the time you hit Monday, your tank's already like half full. Research shows that we make somewhere around 35,000 decisions every single day. And I am willing to bet money that if you are an entrepreneur and a mom, you're probably making significantly more than that. These foundations don't just organize your week, that's one part of it, but the primary thing that they do is they preload those decisions so that you show up on Monday fresh and with a full tank. This is how you protect your mental energy for the stuff that actually matters, like being present for your kids and making those big jumps in your business. All right, we're gonna jump into these. So foundation number one is the brain dump. I want everything out of that beautiful little head onto paper, into your phone, onto your computer, wherever it needs to go so it's not in there, because every single item that sits in there is just continually draining you. If you don't consistently do this, things you can use are your notes app on your phone, reminders list on your phone, a Google document or Excel sheet. I use AI a lot to do this. I will just word vomit, brain dump, everything into my Claude application verbally, because that's the best way for me to be able to do this, or into my Whisper Flow app. None of this is an affiliate. I just really actually love doing this. This is really efficient for me. It organizes it for me on my phone. So after I have everything just completely outwardly processed, I'm gonna go through everything, make sure it's organized, put my tasks on my task list for next week, put my events in my calendar for next week, and start getting that all set up. Anything that no longer matters gets deleted. Maybe something got canceled or I finished a task early. Those go off the calendar on Friday. And I leave Friday with a completely clear capture system. This is so important to make sure that you are setting yourself up correctly. Everything business out of your brain, onto an application, onto your computer, into your calendar, and be done. Okay, so after this brain dump, you are going to go through and fully audit your calendar for next week. Look at every appointment and meeting that's already on the calendar. Kind of start to internalize what that looks like. Make sure you're not behind for any of those deliverables. Time block anything that you know is important that's coming up, and that includes transition time. Any sort of travel time, prep time, recovery time should be added into your calendar because you deserve those and you're probably gonna need them, to be honest with you. Flag any conflicts now so that when you go to step 4, you know exactly what to talk about. Okay, step 3 is going to be your priority 3. This is the foundational system I use to get things done every single day of the week. I set up my priority 3 for Monday on Friday, so I'm not sitting there thinking about what needs to get done all weekend long. So now that I have everything written out in my task list of what needs to get done, I'm going to highlight the non-negotiables. Like, this must happen. There's a deadline. It has to happen this week for me to be able to move forward. Whatever that looks like, those are highlighted. I assign 3 big tasks to Monday. And I don't mean big as in terms of volume, like they're not gonna take me 5 hours to do. I mean big in terms of productive. What moves the needle forward, whether that's in business or family, whatever that looks like. I pick 3, they get assigned to Monday's task list. And then I have a running list for everything else. And so at the end of Monday, I'm setting up my priority 3 for Tuesday. and it kind of just rolls throughout the week. That way you're not deciding every morning what needs to get done. You already have a running list going that can allow you to be more productive because that decision fatigue is gone. Now, of course, things are going to get thrown at you, right? This is why we don't set up our priority 3 for the entire week on the Friday before, because you're going to have things thrown at you that you need to execute at quicker. Every day has your priority 3. Until you get those 3 things done, nothing else matters. Okay? Okay. Number 4 is your village meeting. This is where you get those red flags out and you're discussing that with the people around you. That could be your partner, your spouse, your next door neighbor, your parents, your in-laws, whatever that looks like, whoever that village is, and it might be different people for different subsets of time throughout the week, but you're discussing what you need from them and also offering your help. So if I need a friend to pick up the kids, I'm discussing that the week before and not the day of, if I can at all control that. My husband and I sit down every week and talk about our entire weeks, where he needs support, where I need support, when I have late meetings or I need an early morning to work on things. Everything is clear so there's no surprises, where we can handle it, right? So if we can manage these ahead of time, the surprises that do come at us are a little bit more manageable because we have reserved mental capacity for that. I'm telling you everything from drop-offs to pickups to, I know I'm gonna be exhausted after this day. Can you come over, bring your kids? That way we can have like a village dinner that night, just so I can kind of have someone there with me. All of those things happen at this time. And this takes you maybe 10 minutes, but will save you hours in the upcoming week. Foundation number 5, the last foundation, my favorite foundation, is your self-care. If you show up looking and feeling like shit on Monday morning, your week will feel the exact same way. I will say that every single time. You deserve time to be able to reset yourself also. So this high level self-care for me looks like a good hair wash, a shave, maybe a massage, a couple of workouts, face masks, nails. It's like kind of the whole gamut. But I tell my husband this, and we set aside time for me to be able to do this. That way I can show up as my best self every single week. That's gonna be different for everybody. Not everybody needs to get their nails done and a massage to feel like their best selves. So it's nice, right? Here's how you set up your foundational self-care weekend. I want you to think about these 3 areas. What makes you feel good about yourself? What gives you energy? And what makes your mind feel clear? Those things that you write down, you're going to prioritize and figure out how to fit those in. So whether that is during nap time, your husband gives you an hour or 2, you wake up early, you stay up late, whatever it looks like to get those foundational areas in, you get it in. Okay, those are your 5 foundations to a strong Monday morning. Remember, you only start leading when you stop reacting. And this is one of the first ways to stop reacting. Every time you are sitting there at your desk wondering what to do next, that is someone taking money out of your account. Now, something I am doing, I put together a download that basically goes through everything for a successful foundations setup. Now, I'm only marketing this on YouTube right now, so a very select few group of people. Thank you for being here and listening and joining me early in this journey. You're gonna get this for the lowest price it will ever be. So if you want resources to make your weeks more successful, more streamlined, give you more energy, give you more time, jump on this now. In here, you're gonna get how to manage your priority 3 every day, full time blocking breakdown, so that when life turns to chaos, you're still moving ahead in your life and your business. I'm gonna tell you all the calendars you need to stay productive, and there's definitely some in here that you probably haven't thought of before. We're gonna talk about managing repeating tasks efficiently, and using AI to make this all so seamless. You are getting all of my prompts to give to Miss Claude or Mr. Chat GPT so that they can do this for you. Doing all of this is gonna minimize your mental load by 90%. 90%. Could you imagine what it feels like to show up 90% more effective and productive every single week? Probably not if you're listening to this, but you will. You're gonna get there and it's gonna feel amazing. Leave me any questions in the comments, and if you try it out, let me know. I answer all of these myself. If you learned anything new today, press that subscribe button, okay? Just do it, and we'll see you next week.